Kilo Alpha 3, Oscar Alpha Zulu, John in Monongahela, Pennsylvania.
And what was the name there?
John, Juliet, October, Hotel, November, John.
Roger, John. Okay, let me, are you in Treeland?
Roger, John. Okay, are you in Treeland?
Yes,
Okay, I got my map blinking on Treeland, so there you go. And let me, if you would, why don't you give me about 10 or 15 seconds, tell me about your antenna system. Let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger?
Roger. I have a 32 12-foot radials around the base of it, and it's fed with 64 feet of LMR 400 through a polyphaser and up to the radio here. We're doing about 600 watts at this time. Go ahead.
Yes, sir, John. I've got to my local antenna system, and you're doing about 15 over, but you do have some distortion in your audio. It sounds like you might be getting some RF in your AF, Roger?
Roger. Yeah, I've been having that issue. I'm on the second floor, so it makes it kind of tough for me to actually kill all the RF. Go ahead.
Okay, what I would suggest is move your microphone furthest away from the power amp that you can, and let's see if that makes a difference.
All right, we're moved away now. Kilo Alpha 3, Oscar Alpha Zulu.
Still there. You wouldn't happen to have a hand mic around, would you?
Yeah.
Let's try that and just see if that's what it is, Roger.
Roger. All right, this is the hand mic only.
It sounds better, but it's still there. Why don't you give me a little bit longer transmission? Give me about 15 seconds. Tell me about your antenna system so that I might listen to your audio.
Okay, that's a DX Commander Classic, all-band vertical, works 6 meters to 80, using a 80-meter inverted L, and seems to work pretty well. I had it for about 2 years, and it's been sitting out there ever since. It's all ground-mounted, okay?
Yes, sir. We're better, but we still have it. So what I want you to do is dump your power amp, and let me hear you without the power amp.
Okay, this is 100 watts only. Kilo Alpha 3, Oscar Alpha Zulu.
Yes, sir, clean. So you're getting RF back into your audio. I would suggest that you move your antenna lead at right angles to your radio set, your radio desk. In other words, don't bring that RF back through your radio desk area. Get it, if you have to, move your table on downstream so your antenna lead is moving away from you, not into your area. Roger?
Hey, Roger. Okay, yeah, I've been having issues, and I do have some copper coming, but it's been slow.
Yes, sir. The other thing would be to, you do have some kind of a ground system running downstairs, Roger?
Roger. Yeah, I have probably, 3/4 inch copper tape, I guess you would call it.
Roger. Well, you know, old RG8 will work just as, RG8 to RF is like, almost a 1-inch copper pipe. So you can use RG8 as a ground transmission line to ground, just as well as anything else. So if you have some RG8 around, I would use that as a ground strap down to your ground rod, and I would suggest using 2 ground rods and run your power amp a separate ground for your power amp and a separate ground for your radio system, so you don't put those two together. Roger?
Hey, Roger. Yeah, I just ordered, I think it was 4.5 or 5-inch ground strap. I forget what I ordered, but it hasn't come in yet. It was pretty expensive.
Yeah, well, if you know, like I say, if you have some RG8, I would try that before I, unveiled the other, and maybe you can, if the RG8 works, you could get rid of, send that back and get your money back, because I run actually 4 grounds. 2 grounds are tied together as 1 ground, and then 1 ground is off my my power amp, my antenna selector, and my tuner, which I don't use because I'm running a resonant a dipole antenna that it goes right to the radio. There's no need to tune it because you're already running 0.05 SWR. But I just could not see taking my mic preamp to the same ground as my power amp. So I'm running, like I say, four different grounds. 2 are tied together as 1 ground, and then 2 other separate ones, a power amp, and like that. So and pretty soon you will get to a point where things will simmer down some.
Yeah. I guess it just takes time. Been working on this project for a while, and everything's still not completely done. Too much work and not enough play, guys.
Yes, sir. Okay, but you're sounding good on barefoot, so let's go with that. Your amp, once you get everything nullified and worked out, should be no difference except you get louder. It should not interfere in any way with your audio system. So if you would like to go ahead and we'll process your radio there, I would suggest that you bring your preamp on board. Now, this is something that, well, gosh, that's not going to help your other thing. We need to really resolve the RF and the AF first before we can really do much. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. No problem. Yeah, it seems like it works a lot better on 80. I have no issues on 80s, but once I get up past 80, it seems like everything goes downhill. But I really appreciate the help.
Yes, sir. Your EQ curve is nice. I wouldn't change that at all. It sounds really nice. And you look to be running fairly decent dynamic range, like around 3 dB. So I would just leave everything like it is and then just work on trying to get that RF out of the AF. Roger?
Roger. Thank you very much, Jim. It's nice talking to you.
Yes, sir. Good to talk to you, sir. And I wish you luck with that. All you take is persistence. And I'll tell you something else. If you can find an old, like a CB SWR, portable SWR meter that has a little antenna on it, and you can use it as an RF sensor, that way you'll be able to see your RF levels. You'll be able to sniff around with this little thing with that antenna looking for RF. And because when I had my problem, I said, geez, if I could just see the RF, I could solve the RF and the AF problem. And then I had this flash, wow, well, I've got this meter here that it's got an antenna on it, and I can actually pull the antenna out, make it more sensitive, close it in, make it less sensitive, but it allows me to see where the RF was. And what it was I run cable runs around the house, and part of those runs, within those runs are rotor antenna leads to the rotors, and these are unshielded, and they were picking up enough RF in the cable run to be hot coming into the studio, and so I could put this meter close to those, man, and it would just peg out. So I knew it helped me see exactly where that RF was coming in, and I just, for the moment, had to just break them off and roll them up and put them away from the area until I figured out how to deal with them. Roger.
Contact Jim. Roger. Yeah, right now.
Stand by.
I got IMAX 2000 I use for 10 meters, and what else do I have there? A dual band 2-meter 440 antenna. They all run out along with the 3/4-inch flat copper. 3/4-inch power. Three grounds there at the tower, 1 at the polyphaser, and then 2 more, so I have everything tied together with the home electric.
Roger, Roger, John. Well, you're about faded out, buddy. So I'll just see you next week, and hopefully you will have figured out that. And like I say, that little RF sensor will do great and allow you to see exactly where the RF is that you're trying to get rid of. So let me say 73, John, and you have a good afternoon, beautiful weekend. And if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call data search, KC9VKV, along with the word logbook, that will take you directly to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 of 1900 QSO-VLOG recordings.